Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Waiting Makes You Whole. I'm going to get a little bit into this abstinence process, and the name of this video is going to be acceptance. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a short story. So as you guys know, in the previous video, I was talking about how in the beginning of my relationship, I was abstinent before me and my ex were dating. I decided to be abstinent because it was where I was in life and where I felt like the Lord was leading me to. And as we grew together, I let him know about my walk, and he was like applauding me for it. He was like, that's probably not something I'm gonna be able to do. And I already told you guys how I compromised within the walk, right? So the reason why I want to share this is because I really believe it would bless other people to just know where you're at in your life and really get to a point of accepting where you're at. So one thing I did do, and I still do to this day, is I have my list of negotiables and my non-negotiables. And part of my non-negotiables were that, number one, the guy had to be a Christian. If he wasn't a Christian, then we wasn't dating. Did I do that? No, I compromised on that. Then another thing was he would have to be willing to wait till marriage for us to have sex. Did I do that? No. And like I told you before, my abstinence walk looks like the stock market, okay? I'm gonna just be real here. So that didn't happen. And then what ended up happening was that I ended up having trust issues within my relationship. So, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I'm like, he is not giving me any signs that he's doing anything wrong. Why do I not trust him? And then I also started having an attitude. Like, I had like this attitude towards him that I could not even understand. And then I got to a point where I was like, I need to find out what's going on with him. Well, he really encouraged me to go to counseling. And I did. I started going to counseling and just really spending time with myself. And with this is what I want to really explain. Acceptance is a big place to be. Like, accept who you are before you go into any relationship. That's number one. And then number two, after you accept where you are, don't back down. Like, don't compromise. Don't go against where you are in your life to try to please anyone else. Please you first, and then things that are within you will overflow. And so what was happening within me was that I got to a place where I didn't trust myself. I wasn't respecting myself. And so that was overflowing into my relationship. And then when I finally sat down, and that's another thing that we don't do. We don't spend time enough with ourselves or give ourselves a break, or like really either go to counseling or work on our mental health to see what's going on within, to really understand what's going on, like what is going on. So I did that. I started really sitting down with myself, asking myself the questions, and I found out that I was having trust issues within my relationship because I didn't trust myself. And that's what I was pouring out. And so I had to get to a place and say, okay, well, what is it that I'm not trusting? Well, you said you were going to do this and you didn't. You said you were going to do that and you didn't. So had the serious conversation with my boyfriend at the time. And I said, I don't want to leave the relationship. I would love to walk this out with you. And he was like, no, I am not willing to walk that out with you, because then I'm going to be going the opposite way. So acceptance is key. I got to a place where I was just like, well, I'm going to accept that this is who I am, and I'm not going to take on who you are and try to be that, because it's just not who I am. And that's what's building this animosity within me, this resentment within me, because I'm not accepting who I am. So I walked away from that, and now I'm walking into acceptance. And that comes with know what it is that you need to accept. Spend time with yourself, journal, meditate, read the word, ask the Holy Spirit what it is, but also stick to your non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables? What is it that you're wanting to work on and not willing to accept? And then when it comes to you, you have to get to that point of knowing, okay, is this something that I want to accept, or is it part of my non-negotiables? And if it's a part of your non-negotiables, just walk away. Don't continue to linger and play around with something that's not for you. Because once you start playing around with the things that are not for you, you're saying no to the things that are for you, because you're entertaining whatever is not. Close the door to whatever is not for you, and start accept all the things that the Lord has for you. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching.